Okay, please turn to page 27 in the Gold Prayer Book. And we'll chant the Seven Limb Prayer, page 27 in the Gold Prayer Book. Gosum gupe gone chatselo ngsham itu chuti malubu tomene sadi tam cheshak kepa gewanam la jeirang korwa matam bardule june drola cheki kolo korwa dang da shengen an jan chu jen porno. Now turn to page 97, the same book, and we'll recite the short mandala offering. Saji perki Jushin metok tamri rablishi niteken padi sangye shindu mikte uwa yidro kunamdak shila parshok jetsun lama dampa yenam kichu kukala kense jujintri jita zampe dujetima laja yecherki champawaptusu idam guru raktamandalakam niryatayami Judan soki chonam la janchu bardu dani kyapsuchi dagi chunyengi pesernam gi dola penchir sangyeru parshok Judan soki chonam la janchu bardu dani kyapsuchi dagi chunyengi pesernam gi dola penchir sangyeru parshok Judan soki chonam la janchu bardu dani kyapsuchi dagi chunyengi pesernam gi dola penchir sangyeru parshok
관계 도전이 전에 나왔던 제 범죄자 담배는 내가 거든요. 저도 Good afternoon. Welcome back to class. Welcome back to class. Very cute. Oh, yeah. Anybody has any questions about emptiness? Huh? So last Wednesday I read from the materials. Okay, so maybe today I'll do the same thing. So according to Arya Deva, Arya, the Sanskrit word, Arya means someone who sees emptiness directly. Then you become Arya, regardless whether you're monk, nun, layperson, man, woman, doesn't matter. Then you become Arya beings. You achieve the title of Arya being. Okay, Arya, Deva means usually literally means celestial beings. I'm not sure why he got this name. So Arya Deva is called Pakpa, same. Pakpa means in Tibetan word means Arya. Ha, means celestial being. So that's why the Tibetan capital Lhasa, this is the capital of Tibet. So that's like there's a land of celestial being. That's what literally means Lhasa. Same. Lha means usually celestial beings from the higher realms. Arya Deva wrote this text called 400 stanza, 400 stanza of middle way, Umashib Jeba. So last Wednesday, I explained that stanza. Sonam chungi che de las, tesam sawa yamiju, tesam sawa samjini sivarubu chepa chus. So based on that statement, reading about emptiness, thinking about emptiness, even wondering about emptiness, and having an interest about emptiness, will pieces our samsara, like when you throw the glass on the cement floor. It kind of shatters our karma. Because why? Because this is to cut the roots, cut the root of all the problems. Okay, root of all problems. So then I say, don't think I think. Don't think about the thing you are thinking about. Don't think that you are not thinking about the thing you are thinking about. Sometimes if you are don't thinking about neither one of them, then you probably will see emptiness. So that's yeah, so many interesting statements, so many different interesting statements about emptiness. Yiji meba ta juji, some other text says, Yiji meba ta juji, migi wa toye says, your mind decided it doesn't exist. Yiji meba ta juji. Your mind decided it doesn't exist. Your mind decided it doesn't exist. But your eye sees. Your eye sees. But your eye sees that it exists. Make sense? Your mind decided it does not exist, but your eye sees that it exists. So immediately, right after that, what kind of perception rise? Jumenlo le shinchi jo. Jumenlo shinchi jo. Yiji me wada mi yuwa tome tse. Even though somebody did not teach you anything, if that happened to you, your mind decides it doesn't exist, but your eyes see that exists. So immediately after that, what kind of perception rise? What kind of perception rise? Huh? So in the first place, listen carefully. Your mind decided that does not exist at all, but your eye sees. So immediately after that, what kind of perception rise? Huh? Doubt, man. Jumelo le shenchi jungso. Yeah, something to think about. I don't know. I don't know the answer. There's something to think about. Yeah, that happens. Our mind decided so many things doesn't exist. Our mind decided so many things doesn't exist. Once you see something that you used to believe that doesn't exist, once maybe, even though you mentally decide it doesn't exist, but you see that. So, yeah, if you focus on space, if you just think about space, there's nothing. There is nothing, right? Another is beyond word, beyond descriptions, beyond thought. Unborn, unceased, like space. Masam jume sharaparoshi, maje minga namge ngoshin. Suzu rangri yishi juyu was. Yet it can be experienced. Yet it can be experienced. The wisdom of your awareness. Make sense? Huh? Yeah, probably will not make sense. So then I think it's like Buddha's son. I think Buddha's son, he's the one who wrote that stanza. And he says, homage to the mother of the Buddhas of past, present, futures. So then after that you recite Heart Sutra. So not seeing that is one thing, but seeing that is another thing. But being aware of experience, that's another level. Oh. When you analyze, you cannot find. This, everything, when you analyze, you cannot find. Yeah, when you focus on not finding what are you trying to find, not find, if you focus on, that perception of prayer will is so vivid, so real. If you don't analyze, once you start to analyze, once you trying to find through analysis, you are not going to find. What happens when you focus on that? When you reach to the point, then you go through shape, you go through color, you go through every part, then you can pinpoint the prayer well. That's how everything exists. Yourself. That's how everything exists. But we are focusing so much, not because we don't focus on existing things. No. Because why we don't find emptiness? Because we are focused so much on existing things. We are focused so much, we are caught up with existing things. Therefore, we don't reach to the absence. We don't reach, we don't reach to the point. When you start to analyze, will you find? Will you find prayer if you analyze? You can't find. Then how is about this the idea of prayer is very vivid, very real, seems very real. Yeah, it does seem real, it does seem very solid, it seems like absolute, it seems like inherent when we don't analyze. When you start to analyze, so then you will reach to the point there's nothing to be found. But we don't focus on that. We are so much focused on existing things. We don't. So that is, you don't find prayer wells when you start to analyze. That does not mean that doesn't mean you found that does not mean you found the absence of prayer will. Am I making any sense? Or exploding your head? Not finding, that's one thing. Somebody asks, do you find? There's two ways to say it. You could say, I did not found. Or you could say, I found is not there. Huh? You could say, I found. It is not there. You could say, I did not found. When you say, I did not found, doesn't manyema. How to say in English, how to say. So anyway, so that's why there's some text says, you may think, oh, you don't see, but you are seeing the best. You are seeing the best, even though you are saying, I don't see. Maybe not seeing is maybe it's not the best thing, but not seeing, probably that's the best way of seeing it. 마동원의 통화담바, 마동원의 통화담바. So anyway, there's many statements, so need to read slowly, and need to think through, like, so Manyeba means not finding, you did not found, Manyeba. That does not mean that you found absence of something. Make sense? Oh, the second one, that's a critical point. You could say, now I start to analyze what is prayer well. So I go through every part, shape, color. Then I reached the point that I could not find. Yeah, you did not find. It doesn't mean you found the absence of prayer will. That's more subtle. Not finding, of course, if you don't analyze, you'll never ever reach to that point. For you, it's always absolute inherent, like suffering, pain, prayer will, me, my relationship, my friend, my job, my family, all of every single thing. If you don't analyze, you'll never ever to reach to that point. You'll say, I did not found, because you did not search. You did not search. If you don't search, you don't find. You cannot say, I did not find. So that's why, generally speaking, we don't analyze. We just go with that. So the minute you start to analyze, then you'll reach to the point, oh, there's nothing to be found. That doesn't mean you reach to that point. That's subtle, but there's more subtler than that. It's like absence of, the... So when you start to focus on that, you start to focus then not just see that you're aware of the experience, that whatever you're experiencing, then you experience that. So then what that looks like space, nothing else. Space. Unborn, unceasing, very much like space. Unborn, unceasing, everything. Usually it's like very much born, exists, not cease, everything very solid, unchanging, solid, born. But that's just perceptions. Then of course within the human we have different perceptions. So we do talk about right, wrong, correct, incorrect. That's just our perception. We just, in my view, is wrong. In your view is right. Who's right? You cannot say who's right, who's wrong. These are all just between human, like they're just based on perceptions. Then how is about within animal society, how they define right or wrong? Some bird eat food. When they eat food, they sit on around the bird feeder. That's like what you call, perch. They sit on there. So then sit on. Then that's how they eat. Finch. They're upside down. They don't sit there. They hold. Then they eat. Like this. Did you see? Who's right? Who's wrong? Can say. No. You cannot say how the dogs express their love, or they lick people, they just roll on the ground, that move their tail. That's not how we do. When you express love, you don't just crawl or in front of some person they crawl like that. So they lick. So that's crazy. That's how the dog they express their love. So when you see small kids, you pick them up, maybe touch her a little bit like this. You don't do that, the grown-up people. You don't pick them up here. Yeah, so then when you see a dog, you pet them. But you don't pet people, like that. Who's right, who's wrong, you cannot say. It's all perceptions, cannot say. We just go with that. Everything's relative. There's nothing is right or wrong, I think. I mean, ultimately, right, wrong, correct, incorrect, this is all perceptions. So when you come out of that, deep meditation on suchness of prayer will, suchness of book, suchness of self, when you come out of that, now you mentally decided, oh, thing doesn't exist the way I thought before, where I experienced. Mentally decided. There's nothing is absolute, inherent, entirely independent, mentally decided and proved, and not just proved, and experience, not just experience, you gain the awareness of your own experience. When you come out of that, what do you see? You see this. Now, what kind of perceptions? Now you see it's like illusions. Not like absolute, inherent. You see like illusions. So that's exactly mentally decided that thing doesn't exist. So then you see, your eyes see. What kind of perception rise? The perception that rise immediately after that is like illusions. Magicians create out of piece of wood or piece of stone, create elephant, women, children, toys. They create. What do you see? You see toys. What do you see? You see horse. What the magician see? Horse. You both see horse. Plus, you believe what you see. Magician doesn't believe what he see. He knows. There's a piece of stone. There's just a piece of wood or a piece of stone converted into horses that moving, making noise. It's like exactly like horse. If you ask magicians, is that horse? What magician will say? Yeah, magician will say that is horse. Magician is saying for your sake, not saying what he believes. He believes there's a piece of stone. No. Only. Is this what's happening? Is that what's happening? Is this what's happening? Yeah. When you analyze, when you reach the point there's nothing to be found, that's all you're looking. You are not looking something other than that. So that doesn't mean, that's how everything exists. Everything exists. So therefore, the piece of teaching on emptiness is very powerful. Even though you just spend few time, even somebody wondering about the teaching of emptiness, that pieces, your negative karma, like throwing the glass on the cement floor, it shatters like that. Okay, so difficult to understand, relatively easy to actualize. Bodhicitta, universal compassion, easy to understand. So difficult to put into practice. There's difference between emptiness and compassion. Compassion easy to learn, but very difficult to put into practice. Emptiness so difficult to learn, but relatively easy to actualize. There's very much depend on meditation. Then once you experience and don't try to explain, you can't describe. It's beyond word, it's beyond descriptions, beyond thought. That's what Masam Jeme Shara Parashins. Pancha Paramita, you can't describe. It's beyond descriptions, it's beyond thought, it's beyond word. But you can experience. Oh. So then can you read it in English that area there was the 400 stanza? So I just want you to read this again one more time. You all read it last Wednesday. So I think this is important. So based on this statement composed by Arya Deva in 400 stanza Madhya Manga Avatar text. So based on that, so then we should draw some inspirations to read about emptiness.
It's on page 623. Even those with few merits have no doubts about this dharma or this emptiness teaching. Even those who still have their doubts will tear existence to tatters.
Maybe to doubt we replace that word. This is literally translations. But in Tibetan, tesam does not have negative connotations. The word tesam, there's a doubt, does not have negative connotations. But in English language, doubt means something negative.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, when you start to analyze, probably you may find out it's not necessarily negative. Generally speaking, without thinking, I doubt means usually negative. Yeah. Right?
A little negative. Yeah, it's not heavy.
No?
Could be.
How many pounds? I think better to, so you use whatever this more makes sense to you, In Tibetan word, it perfectly sense, non-negate. So even having a doubt means having a doubt what is emptiness or interest or curiosity. So probably that's better to say. That's I will probably continue to read here from here. So that's what I was said. Tina dilang sola ne gwebese. Sunabji ne chinchi maloba chimpi kebu tambala teni toni tenji dambatop. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So you rely on some text that trying to explain what is ultimate truth, what is emptiness. That's exactly what we're doing. This is the text. This is one of the. It's not only text. This is the one of the text. Someone who understood or who experienced true truth and write about true truth. So then we should rely on those kind of teachings and learn. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Chosa divjung chabaza. Lama yidam emedo chene soa dabo so tawananda jula chewi ju so nam tsangyoza. Actually, the what it's saying here is like need to create merit, lots of them, not just some, lots of them, like marriage. It's hard to explain why you need so much merit to see emptiness. Hard to explain, like what is it? Middle way, that's middle way, same as emptiness. That's another way to call middle way, umelam, middle way, emptiness, suchness, and there's teaching it or suchness, they're all same, there's different name. Middle way, middle is like free from true extreme view. So now based on that, why, then maybe you probably you'll understand a little bit better if you focus on the true extreme view. One is like everything super projected, superimposed. And one extreme view is like nihilism. There is risk. Either you fall on one extreme view or another extreme view. There's risk. So middle way, that's the one you need to find in order to free yourself from all the problems. You need to find the middle way. Maybe therefore probably need to know to create a lot of merit, lots of them merit. So then there it's not that merit is not that difficult to create. It's so easy to create. It just requires thinking, some different thinkings. There's so many different ways to create merit. Merit. So that's what Lama said. Okay, here. Chosa different cheba. Lada Lama da yidam emedo chene soa dabaso tawanam da jula chebe. Tano jula chebe jutso. All the causes and conditions to realizing emptiness, all the causes and conditions, such as creating large amount of merit. Then without that, then it's like hard. It's hard to see the ultimate truth. It's hard to see the ultimate truth. So the person who wrote these books doesn't get even 1 penny. Now you write book, you get money, you become rich. These people, they wrote all these books free of copyright. They don't make even 1 penny. Anybody can translate any language, there's no copyright. So their intention is just to benefit, that's all. There's a goal, to share their experience. If someone out there like them will get benefit, that's all their goal. Their whole purpose of writing books is to benefit others, that's all. It's not like they'll get some percentage of the books they can sell. No, Lama who wrote these books, all the books in Tibetan, is free of, no. I'm not sure about new books they write, probably have copyright, I'm not sure. Not the old one. Payuji Tudashi Suzo Neche, Tawe Josan Nangse, Miduma Maya Zoni Umatanju Tawa is. So there's 4 different systems. Within the Buddhism, there's 4 different systems. Each system talks about emptiness. Different way. Out of this system, the last one is called Prasankika systems. Madhiminga Pasankika, that's the best. Madhiminga Pasankika, that's the best. So that this explanation is very much based on that. But other systems helps you to grow. First, I never thought, who am I? I never analyzed that. I don't ever think that it's very important to find out. I never thought. So then now I started thinking, who am I? Started thinking. So then I have different ideas. I have different ideas. How to define myself, different ideas. So each idea helps you to grow or go deeper. You bring up one idea, you analyze, and you find out there's a lot of mistake in that idea. So then you give up that idea, then you go a little bit deeper, then you find out there's other problems, and you give that up. So that's what the 4 systems has been set up. So the lower system helps you to grow or go deeper. So then the Madhyamika Pasangika system, that's the deepest you can go. So there's no another system above that. That's the last one. So when Umatanju Tawe Teni Tongba Tenju Gutunda Tenju Tometundu Shebashila Chess. What is the Pasangika view of emptiness? What is the Pasangika view of middle way or emptiness, suchness? These are all synonyms, different names. Tongba Tenjus, Tongba Tenju. Tongba, absence. Absence? Absent? Absence. Tongba means absence. For me, when you try to analyze, this is just example. That's not how you start. You start with the self. You don't start with object. No, that's not the point. The point is here. Why is here? Because you are attached to self, that you have no idea what self is, how to define self. I mean, you means, I think, including myself. I'm not just telling you. Okay? We, probably say we have no idea. We were so attached right from the beginning, so attached to me, myself, then from there, then it's not clear. It's not right from the beginning. It's not clear. It's not clear. It's not crystal clear. So that's why you analyze now here. So when you analyze, then you cannot find. For you, what's your conclusion now? If you say nothing exists, if that's your conclusion, that's nihilism. That's not good. That you are far away from middle way. That's nihilism. So that absence is interdependent. Interdependent. There's no difference between absence of prayer will and interdependent. There's no difference. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Oh. Yeah, of course, if you start to think, it does make sense. It has to make sense. When you start to think, Tongba Tenju, absent doesn't mean nothing. Absent means something that's interdependent. Interdependent. We are so much focused on interdependent. That's why we don't reach to the absence. When we reach the absence, we lose the idea of interdependent. It means like nothing exists. No, that's not true. There's no difference. Absence and interdependent is the one coin, two different sides. It's not two separate coins. When you start to think there's two totally separate coins, so that's a mistake. There's the one coin, two different sides. Okay? Absence of self, that means self is interdependent. Oh, Tongba Tenju. Teni Tongba Tenju go chunda. Tongba absence means interdependent. Interdependent means absence. So now interdependent means, it doesn't mean absence. I don't see absence. That, So absence means interdependent. Interdependent means absence. Does it make sense? Tongba Tenju go chunda. Tongba Tenju go chunda. Absence means interdependent. Interdependent means absence. Okay? Tenju Tongba Tunda Shebashila. That is middle way. That is middle way. That's the middle way. Tongba Tenju. Umatanju Tawajite. Teni Tongba Tenju ki Tunda, Tenju Tongba Tunda Shebashila. Tengba Tuje Duje Lo Chome Rimbashi Dida Kanzaki Dala Shemba Dobe Chido Tambo Kanzaro Jaji Tongba Tembo. Now it's getting a little bit come. Temba Te Lora Juba na Chenam Temba. So can you read? Maybe then you read in English, then I will try to explain. So you see, this is quite hard to say in English. You are following the text, Tamula?
Right, it's after the,
After
quote
the
from
400
Arya.
stanza, then after that talking about the creating merit, then
Right.
after that you see like
about the four schools and
four school, then the main one.
Hmm.
Oh,
Do you want me to read that
yes,
part?
please.
Oh, okay.
Then please listen if you understand.
Okay.
No, if you understand. If you don't understand, then I will try to explain.
Okay, this is still on page 623.
Huh?
There are many different versions of the view among the four schools of
That's
tenets
correct. Oh.
asserted in the noble land of India.
Mm.
But foremost among these views is that put forward by the Prasangika Madhyamikas.
Mm.
They were the only ones to explain that the meaning of interdependent origination is emptiness, while the meaning of emptiness is interdependent origination.
Make sense? Means same thing. Means same thing. When you say interdependent, means absence. Can you read this again?
He said they were the only ones to explain that the meaning of interdependent origination is emptiness, while the meaning of emptiness is interdependent origination.
So there's a word, there's a problem. There are a lot of people, I'm not sure what kind of idea you get when you say emptiness. If you're thinking nothingness, no good. It's like there should be middle way. If you're thinking of nothingness, you are falling into one extreme view, nihilism. So that's not good. You are not hearing what text is trying to explain. You are not hearing that at all. You are not getting that, the point. So, any better choice of word? Any better choice of word?
Better than emptiness? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I haven't really found one in all these years.
Lack of inherent existence?
Yeah, that's probably better. Sentence-wise, that's easy to understand.
Inherent existence is the same.
Independent existence, inherent existence. If that makes more sense, it has to make sense. Otherwise, there's no. So now see, this is very important. Nawatente. What is excuse me, can you read one
They
more
were
time?
the only ones to explain that the meaning of interdependent
Okay,
origin.
interdependent. What is interdependent? Everything you see. You smell, you touch, you see, you hear. These are all interdependent. Appearances, all the appearances, that's called interdependent. Nawatente. If you touch hot, it will burn. Nawatente luwa meba. Interdependent. What is interdependent? Is like appearances. All the appearances. Everything you see, you experience. So, experience. That's interdependent. Okay, this is very important. What is interdependent? You say interdependence meaning emptiness. So you have to understand what is interdependent. Interdependent is all the appearances. That's interdependent. Now, then the Lua Meva means no. Lua Meva, I'm just quoting the text from Lama Tsongkhapa text, Three Principles Expert Path to Enlightenment. In that text also talks of emptiness. Now, then the Lua Meva. Lua Meva means infallible. Infallible? Infallible. How you say? Infallible. Huh?
Can't be proven.
Huh?
Can't be proven. Cannot be proven.
Can't be proven wrong.
No.
Yeah, not be proven. Correct.
If there's fire, there will be smoke. That's infallible. infallible, infallible. So all the experience, everything that we see, so you can, when you start to meditate on emptiness, you can't say, oh, this doesn't exist. No, this does exist. You can't say fire doesn't exist. Touch the fire, then you will know whether fire exists or not. If it burns, it exists. So there's now at the loan, Tomba Kilenta Koa. Tomba Kilenta Koa. Koa means understanding of absence, suchness, emptiness, or you could say awareness of emptiness, experience of emptiness, realization of emptiness, or understanding of emptiness. If these two things is very much different, then we still don't understand what Buddha really trying to say about emptiness. Okay? So therefore, when Buddha was enlightened, he did not share. 45 days, he decided not to share what he experienced under 6 years solid meditation under the Bodhi tree. He was afraid that nobody could understand. He decided not to share 45 days. Then after that request from that group of people, so then he started to talk about, not write about emptiness, but he talked about Four Noble Truth. No, that's the first he talked about. So this is very critical because why am I emphasizing on that? Because Lama Tsongkhapa said, Nawa Tente Lua Mebas. Appearances are very vivid, it's very real, very vivid. It's unfallible, fallible, unfallible, so, or unmistaken. Same? Yeah, probably I will probably choose this word, unmistaken. So another one is hard to pronounce. For me, hard to pronounce. Unfallible. Tomba kele, tomba kele. Tomba. Kele, you decided, or your assertions of absence. Your assertion of absence. Absence of independent existence, inherent existence, absolute existence. Absence of that. That assertion of that. Long as you see this is totally two different things, that we still don't get it. What Buddha trying to explain about emptiness, we still didn't get it. What he's trying to say. Namshik, eventually or maybe one time, Namshik renjo meba, chikcha tu so, then they miluto wa samni na, then you Namshik, maybe Namshik means how you say, like one time you will recognize these are not two separate things, these are the same things. Namshik renjo meba chikcha tu, then they miluto wa samni nes. Then one time for you, absence means interdependent. Interdependent means absence, no different, it's the same thing. Once you realize that, then you saw emptiness. See? Namshi renjo meba chicha to tende milo towa samni ne, tende milo samni, ngishu idus nabuni tesa joba, tesa tawe joba zoba las. You see everything like illusions. Everything like illusion. Nothing is serious. There's nothing right. There's not right way to express love. There's so many different ways to express love. There's not right way to eat upside down. Whether you're eating like sitting or something, eating like this, or whether you're eating upside down, it doesn't matter. Same thing. Same thing. Your way of expressing love is licking somebody, that's okay. Or maybe petting somebody, that's okay. There's so many different ways of expressing affections. You can't say which one is right or wrong. So this is all just, perceptions, projections. Then so much caught up with that, so they're not able to reach to the absence of anything. So this is quite important. So here, like, then what is the Madhyamika Pasankika view is the most important one. What is that view is? That view is there is no different absence, dependent origination mean emptiness. Emptiness mean dependent originations. No difference. Therefore, in the Heart Sutra, form is emptiness, emptiness is form, form is not other than emptiness. That makes sense? If you say, oh, this is emptiness, what? If you say, this is emptiness, people will say, what? Yeah, of course, people will say what? Eventually, somebody says, oh, this is emptiness. Emptiness is like, emptiness is this is emptiness. Emptiness is not different than this is not different. Emptiness, same thing. It means, oh, you're right. Now you understand. You're right. No? You understand. Eventually you understand. In the beginning you say it's emptiness, people will just freak out, or maybe run away. That doesn't make sense. It's not surprising. If somebody says you're crazy, it's not surprising. No. No. So there's one kingdom. Somebody prophesies. After 1 week there will be rain. Whoever, if the rainwater, whoever consumes that rainwater or goes to their mouth, become crazy. They go out of mind. The people will go out of their mind. King, he has mean to protect his well water. People usually don't have. Everybody in the village got consumed, not intentionally, probably, got the rainwater into their mouth. So king never got rainwater in his mouth because he's drinking from the well inside the kingdom. Everybody become crazy. So now king is the only one. What king says, people don't say. What people says, king don't agree. So there's like, now out of 10, you are just 1. 9, they are all agreeing with same thing. That you are the only one who does not agree. So then king drink rainwater. Maybe people who say emptiness. So it's interesting. It's the interesting story. Yeah, what do you want to say?
We were just saying he got lonely.
Yeah, so you want to say something? Yeah, because I couldn't stop because I need to finish that, so then, yeah.
But I think I lost my line of thought.
Okay, that's okay. Dr. Brown? Dr. Brown want to say something here.
Yeah, like Geshe, could you explain the term gotcha?
Gotcha?
Yeah, gotcha. The object of negation, the gotcha.
Yeah, gotcha. I understand.
Gotcha. Because it seems like to me, it's like for me to think about emptiness, if I don't understand, and I'm just saying, I think I'm right, but I'm not sure about this. But like everything that I perceive with my senses, with my mind, with my eyes, everything that I hear, everything is gotcha. Everything is the object of negation that I perceive.
Mm.
It's all false. It's all, it looks like it's real, but it's gotcha.
You see that? You mean you see? Dr. Brown?
Do I see it that
No.
way? No, but when I think about it, I see it that way.
Yeah.
But I don't see it that way all the time. But when I understand that everything that my senses perceive are in fact what's being negated in the view of emptiness.
Yeah.
Everything that I see, like I see you, but I see you as if you exist completely independent of my mind. I have no, I take no responsibility. I don't feel any sense of responsibility for my projection of you. You are just real and concrete, and you're gotcha though. You're not that. You don't exist that way. You exist as interdependent, right?
Interdependent.
Interdependent. You know, arising, causing conditions, parts, and a consciousness that labels. You know, those three aspects of dependent arising. So that's how you do exist, and that proves that you're empty. Because you're not gotcha, you're empty. Is that right? So everything I hear is like a mistake. I'm hearing. It's not that it doesn't exist, but I'm misperceiving it. I'm seeing it as if it exists from its own side. I'm hearing it as if it exists from its own side. I'm feeling it as if it feels from its own side. The thoughts that I
it is a mistake,
experience
yeah.
as if they have a life of their own. It all feels very real. And so I think that term gotcha, is it gotcha? How do you say gotcha? Gotcha?
Got you?
Gotcha.
What?
Gangcha. I have to look it up again. I think
I
it's
thought Dr. Brown said, got me?
gotcha.
Got you, sir. That's how you say it in
I
America.
gotcha,
How
I
you say?
gotcha, Geshe.
Huh?
I gotcha.
Gotcha. Oh, gotcha. So,
Yeah, Gagja.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Dr. Brown, you are pronouncing correctly. I'm just teasing you.
Gag.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's how you say it. Gotcha. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Object to be
Yeah.
negated.
Yeah.
Or object of negation is called gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
So need to start from self. So that's what we've been talking about last few Wednesday. So you start to analyze. Whenever you say I, you start to analyze. Am I my body? Am I my name? Am I my awareness? Start to analyze. So right now, so we just go with that idea. Oh, I'm not happy. Why are you looking at me like that? No, we just go with that. So same like the king is the only one who's not out of his mind because he didn't drink the rainwater. Everybody else drink rainwater. So you are saying something nobody understands. Everybody is saying something that you don't understand. So then of course then you will eventually join with the group. Drink the rainwater. So first, begin with all the problem. Problem is not how we see things. Of course, that's the problem. But all the problems, according to Chandrakriti, in the entering into middle way, that text, Tambu Ngashe Dala Shinji, right from the beginning, you become attached to self. That is not really clear. So then from there, then you say my people, my tradition, my culture, my country, my religion, my idea, my way of doing things. Then all kind of one after another, confusion after confusions. So that's how you, when you start to meditate on empty, that's how you analyze. Am I my body? If you say yes, what kind of argument you bring it up? So we did talk about that. Then you say, oh, maybe I'm not really my body because there's a lot of argument that people bring it up, I cannot answer. So, if I'm my body, when I die, when my bodies were cremated, is the game over? Or is something will go on? Then you say, oh, maybe I'm my feeling. feeling constantly change. There's like, you could go through 5 aggregate, form aggregate, feeling aggregate. You could go through each one of them. Then you find out that's not you. Then you say, oh, I'm my name. Then how about before you were born? You have no name. You mean right after you were born, you have no name. That means you don't exist. There's no self. Yeah, of course, there's self. So that's not right idea of self. So then you say, oh, awareness or consciousness. Now the argument, counter argument for that is like, do anybody see you? If you are saying I'm my awareness, my consciousness, do people see you? Consciousness has no color, no shape. If there's no color, no shape, you can see. So then you may end up saying, oh, people don't see me. That goes against reality. That's very vivid. People do see you. So now, what is it? What is it? Maybe it's just mere self. Mere self. That's all. What is it? Mere self. It's not absolute. It's not independent. It's just mere self. It's merely labeled based on your aggregate called Dr. Brown. When you analyze, you are not going to find. So that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It means what you found now the absence of Dr. Brown. That's a little subtler, but not very, very subtle, but subtle. That you found the absence of Dr. Brown based on his body, name, or his like whole history of life. You found absence. You go through them, then you found the absence of Dr. Brown. I mean, you did not found Dr. Brown. You did not found now. So that does not mean you found the absence of Dr. Brown. There's still second deeper level to go. You did not found Dr. Brown. So that does not mean you found the absence of Dr. Brown. See different, see? Oh. When you found the absence of Dr. Brown, for you analyze, you did not found. So then you try to go deeper, then you found the absence of Dr. Brown. That is interdependent. It's not nothingness. It means something very profound. Mere Dr. Brown. Mere Dr. Brown. Come from beginningless time, goes all the way, life after life, awesome. That same river running thousands of years ago, still running, it's going to run. And takes probably different shapes, they takes different form, different life, different form. Well, so then that's what I can say, not seeing. So that now it makes sense. Not seeing, we used to seeing. Don't analyze, you used to seeing, oh, you see it here, you see there, then now you don't see. You try to analyze, you don't see. Maybe that is the maton tamba. You see something excellent. You don't say I don't see anything, you see something very profound or the best. That's the best way of seeing things. Maton and tamba. So yeah, so first you need to understand what is self, others, there's nothing to negate. As I mentioned before, if you have no idea of elephant, somebody say, oh, go to the room where there's no elephant. You may go to the room, there's elephant, few of them there. You may think, oh, I came to the room, there's no elephant. No. In order to find the room without elephant, first you have to understand what is elephant. Mm. So then you can talk about that. That's why what is self? Self, that like so vivid, so is so real, so vivid, so real. It's hard to get our head around what is that needs to be negated, what is that is exist. So it's like dust, dirt mixed with the water, all mixed. You can't differentiate. It all looks like murky water. Murky water. When that water sits long period of time still, as long as it's moving, you are never going to see water and mud separate. When they sit still, then eventually it separates. All the mud's under, all the water above, you see very clearly. Right now it's like that. Everything's very mixed. Everything's very mixed. So then, as I said, mentally you decided, you cannot find. You cannot. If you try to analyze, you cannot find. Mentally you are crystal, 100% clear. You are not going to find. But you will see. You will see. When you see what kind of perception you have, you see it's like illusions. Not illusion. You see like illusions. You see like illusions. Yeah, you see like that. So that's why the stanza right before the Heart Sutra, Masam Jime Ma, beyond word, some beyond thought, Jime beyond descriptions. Panchaparamita, emptiness, same thing. Mache, unborn. Unborn, unborn. Unceasing, maga, unceasing. Very much like space, very much like space. You have this stanza there? Yes. Can you read? Maybe there. Anybody know this stanza?
I pay homage to the sublime mother of the victorious ones of the three times, the inexpressible, inconceivable, and indescribable perfection of wisdom, which is unborn, unceasing, and has the nature of space, and which is the object of perception of self-aware primordial wisdom.
So there's the stanza composed by Buddha's son, Rajinsin. He composed that stanza. So I think last Wednesday I met somebody after the class. He sounds like he experienced, like sometime like see, I don't. I'd never had mushroom. Some people did explain. Some people did explain that, something like that. So if you experience, I'm not surprised. If you experience something like that, I'm not surprised. Anyway, so that's like, so this is more like fancy translations. So I probably say beyond word, beyond thought, beyond descriptions. Unborn, unceasing, very much like space. Yet you can experience. You can experience of your. You can experience with your wisdom or with your awareness. That is the mother of the Buddhas of present, past, present, futures. So then homage to that. So this makes sense, Dr. Brown? Huh? Yeah. So problems, when you analyze, then we are aware of that. But we don't usually analyze. Say like water with the mud. It's always like, even though there is, it looks like same, it's not same, they're different, but we don't see. Oh, so then that's why I'm saying every day, little bit of time, every day. So make sure wear the pin. Pin? What is the pin?
Pin.
Make sure you wear the pin. You start thinking that you are disappearing, touch, it will poke you, then you know you are there. So that's what people like long time they do. They put some pin there. A little bit, yeah, of course, no. There's fear that you are disappearing, but then you touch here, so then you see, oh, I'm still here. Oh, so that gives you the knowledge of interdependent. Is not just empty, it's also interdependent. Oh.
Geshe-la,
Mm.
I'm going to ask you a question about the prayer wheel.
Yeah. Yeah. You are welcome to ask somebody else here.
Okay, to everybody.
Maybe ask Dr. Brown.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dr. Brown.
Yeah. Or Aaron.
Okay, is the absence or interdependent origination of the prayer wheel a form of existence?
Say it again, please.
Is the absence or interdependent origination of the prayer wheel a form of existence?
Form of existence.
Uh-huh.
Prayer will is interdependent.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer will is absence. Same thing.
So it is a form of existence.
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
exist.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If you say don't exist, there's nihilism.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't understand it, but it is a form of existence.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. So my idea is to read a little bit material, so now probably. If you read at home, if you have time, so of course you have work to do to go to job. If you have time, if you read down, if you don't understand, please write it down. So next time, oh, this is the last Wednesday?
One more.
Next time when you come here, you don't need to put, if you are welcome to put here or put maybe to give it to Lamula, so then we read. If you don't understand, you read. So I want you to understand when you read the materials, this is really good materials. I want you to understand what this person is saying about emptiness, if you are interested. So then you read. If you don't understand, then maybe which line you don't understand, you put it there, so we will have discussions. Then I will try to explain. Okay? Don't watch it. Yeah, so now time's over. So I'll stop here. So we are starting something very important. So don't think that you don't see anything. You are going to see something very profound. So 1 second, help me to translate this into English. Maybe 1 more minute. Matoa, not seeing. I'm saying the word. I'm going to say in Tibetan, then say in English. Then you put it together nicely. Matoa, not seeing. Matoa, not seeing is. Toa tamba. Toa tamba means best, excellent, or best seeing. Now how you put this two words together. Matoa, not seeing. Matoa, not seeing is. That's what I say in my broken English, the best way of seeing.
That makes perfect sense.
Huh?
Yeah. That's excellent.
Really? Oh, so then I'm really proud. So now, yeah, that probably in language it makes sense. Do you understand? Like, not seeing is the best way of seeing. Do you understand that?
When you're saying not seeing, you're saying not seeing gotcha is the best way to see.
Not seeing the object indication.
Not seeing the object of it
Madhuvani.
is the best way to see.
Oh, you could say probably like not finding. Probably that's probably better. Not finding is the best way of finding.
All right. So not finding
Is the
gotcha or inherent existence. or-
not finding Dr. Brown is the best way of finding Dr. Brown.
Yeah, not finding the inherently existent Dr. Brown is the best way of finding Dr. Brown.
Yeah, exactly. So you need to, as a, yeah, of course, people will find Dr. Brown, but when you start to analyze, probably you are not going to find Dr. Brown. No, so don't freak out. So that's the like you are finding something wonderful. Not finding Dr. Brown is the best way of finding Dr. Brown. When you find Dr. Brown, maybe there needs more research needs to be done. What kind of Dr. Brown you are finding needs to do more research. So, yeah, probably that's probably better. I think in the text it says not seeing is the best way of seeing. They really don't mean like seeing from talking about eyes. No, like. No, when we use word see, means we always think of eye. The mind sees too. Mind sees much further than eye sees. So I, not seeing, probably that's not finding is the best way of finding. So that's what it really means. Not seeing. So then when you put all this together, so it is correct. That's not how we usually interact with self. Interact with the object, that's not how we interact. So a lot of the time unconsciously doing things, sometimes doing with consciously, but with not necessarily with the wisdom. So when you try to analyze, so then that's what happened. So they're seeing everything like illusion. It does require meditations. Without meditation, you will not just see everything like illusions. You don't see that. You don't see. Then eventually you don't believe what you see. Same like magic, you see, but you don't believe that it's trick created by magicians. The magicians knows that way before than you do. You are just fooled by trick. I call magician see, you see, both see a trick. The magician don't believe, knows it's a trick, but you don't believe. You believe what you see. Then all kind of mind arise. They're the same like probably a person who see emptiness. They see prayer will, you see prayer will. We both see prayer wills. So then different is one is seeing like illusion, one is seeing something very solid. So then that generate problems. That perception generates problems. Seeing like illusion, that perception does not generate problems, it sees the problems. One who sees is something very absolute, that generates problems. So then that leads to another problems. Then like chains of problem, one after another, never ends, or never ending problems. Oh. Okay, so now stop.
Turn to page 235 in the Gold Prayer Book. We'll read the general dedication prayers, 1 through 4. Gewadi no Chu
Senjo
Senjo
Remboche,
Rinpoche, Ma Ke Pa Nam Ke Gyu Chi, Ke Wa Nyam
Nyamba
Pa Ne
Me
Pa
Ba
Yang,
Yang
Go Ne
Gone
Gon Du Pel Wa Shou, Jam Pe
Pa
Pa Wu
We
Ji
Che
Da
Da
Ken Pa
Champa
Dang,
Da
Kundu Zampo De Yan De Jing Te, Te Da Kungi Jesu Da Lo Chi, Ke Wa Di Da Tan Che Rab Tung Ngo, Tu Sun She Pe Ke Wa Tan Che Ki, Ngo Wa Gan La Cho Tu Nga Pa De, Da She Ge We Tsa Wa Di Kun Kang, Sampur Chu Chu Rab Tung Ngo Wa Gi. And then the long life prayers, 244 and 245. Gandhi ra we kor we shinkan, pendan de wa ma lu jung we ne, chen re si kwan ten zin gyat zoi, shape si te ba du ten ju chi, shonu iya na la wang sho tu, awa ta re ten ba ra zo pa, lo zang ge we de ton le pao sho, sha sen gen gyo la ma so wa de, tu su chan jin jan kun ge we, ten jin kyun pe we, kun zu do po ze, chok sum kul we le mun tu du, pa dok sok du she, kun du jak ten sho. I forgot to do the praises to the 21 Taras. So, should we just skip it? What's that? Okay. The 7 green Tara mantras for Geshe Geshe Sangpo's long, happy, healthy life. Om Tare Tu Re So Ha. 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 Om Tare Tu Re So Ha.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. Good night.